I'm giving you a little behind the scenes of a one-on-one coaching call that I am doing with Amanda. Her business name is called Not Working because it was something she started as a passion project when she was not working, like not though, K-N-O-T, it's such a cute name. She does work full-time at a call center, and her crochet business is something that she really wants to pursue full-time. So we talked about it. We talked about how to manage our time when we have other things going on in our life that's not just crochet related, even though we want it to be. We talk about social media. We talk about craft shows. She actually has her first craft show in just a few days. So I'm super excited for you to hang out and watch this coaching call. And thank you so much, Amanda, for letting us record the call so that we can share it here on YouTube and other makers can find some value in it as well. So if you are interested in learning with Amanda in today's video, then just keep on watching. Awesome. Okay, so first of all, I love your business name, Not Working. Because what is it that you do? You're like for your job?
I just changed jobs.
Okay.
I just finished day 4. So unfortunately call center, but I have to pay bills somehow.
Yeah,
so it is collections,
which
it can be rough. Yeah. But I know what I went into. I was someone's referral. So
okay. Yeah. So you're doing a call center right now. And I saw, because you filled out the form, which thanks for doing that, by the way. That's super helpful. Yeah. You're doing that full time right now. And so your crochet business is part-time on top of that.
Forced part-time, want to be full-time if I had it
my way. You want to get to the point where maybe you're doing your business full-time and you don't got to do call center anymore.
Yes, please help me get out of this.
Yes, I love it. I love everybody. So I've talked to 2 other of the winners from this giveaway today, and both of them work full-time or they're not doing this full-time, and that's their goal too. So I'm super excited. We can definitely talk about some of that today. I'm just going over some of my notes I have for you. We've got your first market coming up in mid-April.
It was supposed to be last week. I delayed it last minute. And I posted it on my story, so I can't back out now. It is going to be this Saturday. I am unprepared, so I am going to roll with what I have.
Okay, we could talk about that too. So I'm just going to see here. Do you have an ideal customer that you kind of have in mind for your stuff?
It's playing around. I haven't really niched down a lot. Okay. I do sell out of a local coffee shop, so I have a small customer base. I thought I would have more kids because my main focus is going to be amigurumi, but a shockingly larger amount of adults. So I was like, yay!
So funny. The gal I was talking to this morning, same thing. She's like, it's all these young adults buying my amigurumi, and I totally see that with my stuff too, which is, hey, whatever, whoever wants to buy it, which, I'm one of those adults that like to buy those things.
I get it. I'm a 5-year-old at heart.
Right. I love that. So you kind of have like a farmer's market garden theme going on. I saw you wrote.
Kind of.
Okay.
I just kind of put that kind of loosely for now. Okay. Still kind of exploring. I'm also trying to play off of what other people are selling at the market. So there's a lot of like farmers, fruits, veggies, produce. So market bags, produce bags, things like that. I have some to sell. I don't have them priced, so I'm not gonna sell as much as I want to, at least at this market. All mainly I just have is some amigurumi. I have some wristlets and scrunchies, and I'm gonna try to price out a couple things last minute tonight and tomorrow, and then roll with what I've got because I'm running out of time.
Yeah, no, you're totally good. I saw on your Instagram you do the little you do the chickens. Are you gonna bring?
Yes, I do. I love them.
You're bringing some?
Oh, that's probably the most of what I have. I have a ton of chicken.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You're gonna kill it. And then I saw you. Are you bringing any of your turtles?
Yes.
Okay.
I've got the turtles.
I haven't sold the turtles, but I've heard a lot of other makers do really well selling the turtles. So I think those are going to be super awesome for you. So do you have any questions for me about your craft show, or that you're like, I just don't know how to do this because it's your first one, right?
Oh yeah. So I have some of the kikomods. I have the canopy. I have the weights. I have my tablecloth.
Awesome.
Um, I don't have as big or as big of a variety of inventory as I was hoping for at this point.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to make a little stretch a long way. And then I still need to do a mock display. I've kind of done it in parts,
Mhm.
but you use these in your display. You have, the crates.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I have about 5 of those. I may have to try and scale back and try to find something else,
Mhm.
at least to replace some of them, because I have some of my amigurumi is smaller. It's going to look kind of awkward in that big space. And I didn't take that into account.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So are you planning on stacking them? Kind of? Do you feel
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah. And then are you gonna try to do a mock setup before? So your first one's this Saturday?
Yes.
I have a show on the same day.
Ah,
I'll be sending you all the good vibes. Like we'll be selling at the same time. I love it.
and
So, okay. So I love that you already have your canopy. You already got your weights. You got the tablecloths. Those are all the essentials. The crates are going to be super awesome to stack. That adding vertical interest. I see what you're saying with the smaller amigurumi. Do you have any like smaller buckets or baskets of any sorts, even anything in your home that you could repurpose and try to use?
that's what I'm kind of looking for. I'm going to have to do a little bit of digging. It's not a cup I'm looking at now. It's not a cupcake stand, but it's like a tiered wooden
Oh, yeah, that's
thing.
good. That's good.
I've got that. The only problem is mine was somewhat defective because I got it at Michael's and it's missing a screw. So I got to somehow figure that out because I was kind of
No.
banking on that.
Yeah.
I was like, great, thanks.
You're like, come on. It's like the one thing I needed.
I was like, yeah, one job.
Right.
So I'm kind of going through to see what I have.
Mhm.
And I work tomorrow until 5:30 and I have a 30-minute commute. So I'm going to try to swing by Dollar Tree as a last resort and kind of see what I can use to at least kill some dead space.
Yeah,
And
definitely. If you're going by Dollar Tree, I got some suggestions to what to look out for. And I don't know, it kind of depends on the dollar store. At least around here, some of them have them, some of them don't. But keep an eye out. There's these like gold baskets. And even if you don't like the color, you can spray paint them later too, but just have them for the show. They're a dollar and I mean, well, I think it's $1.25 now, but still.
oh, yeah, I have one. I'm going to get more.
So you already have one. Get more of those baskets because you can start putting the smaller things in those. And then do you have what are you doing for signage and tagging?
Uh, Signage. Oh, I'm sorry. You had cut out for part of that. You said
Oh
signage.
no,
What was the other part?
tagging.
Tagging. I have a cry cut cricket, however you say it.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm going to print out I'm going to print out my own price tags.
Mhm.
I have the gold bulb pins I was learned from you.
Oh yeah.
And signage, I am really early in my business to afford squat essentially.
Yeah,
So
that's okay.
I cannot afford professional printed banners like
Oh,
all the other vendors.
no worries.
So I am taking the long route and I have a few chalkboards. I am hand drawing everything.
Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't get a banner until I think I might have been a year in of doing craft shows, and it was because I put together my shows on a budget. I mean, when we're just getting started and it's a lot, it's a lot all at once. And so I totally get that. You don't need a professional banner. I mean, it's nice to have eventually, but it's not something that's essential. So I love that you're hand doing them because it honestly feels more personable and it feels kind of more handmade that way. I love that.
Yeah.
I still do that with a lot of my signs. I hand write them. So, but have you got any of the chalkboards from the dollar store yet?
I have not. I didn't get them from the
Okay.
dollar store. One of them, my largest one, that's going to be my main sign. I got from Michael's, and
Okay.
then a couple. I think I got at Hobby Lobby.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. If you want any smaller ones if you have time to stop by the Dollar Tree, they have some really good little ones. And in my opinion, those ones are like the best chalkboard signs. Like you can actually wipe them off and redo them. I know some of them like it gets all weird. So and then if you
Yeah.
want to even grab a chalk pen, you might already have one. That'll be yeah, that'll be awesome for the signs. And I think that's good. And are you gonna individually tag some things too? Is that what you're planning on doing?
That's the plan. If it really comes down to it, then I will use one of my signs instead of making it as like a payment accepted. I will wipe that clean and then put general pricing if I have to.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a good backup if you don't have time. I know you work too, so if it gets to the point where like, oh, this is just completely overwhelming me, or if my Cricut like will just not work on me sometimes, like if I'm just like troubleshooting something, and then yeah, that's totally fine. It's your first market. Eventually, it is kind of nice to individually tag those things, but again, it is not like gonna make or break your day. So yeah, I love that you're like planning for that. So you got signs, you got your display pretty much figured out, and you have your inventory. How much inventory are you planning on bringing?
I don't have the exact count.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, as you can tell, I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, I do not have numbers. I have a lot of chickens. I have like a bunch of those turtles that you saw on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Larger chickens. I have those. My work stuff. I don't know if you saw the frogs I have on there,
Yes.
but about 4 of those. I'm gonna try to squeeze in one more. And not posty. I do have like little cats are about this big, some smaller items, some bunnies,
so cute.
and a giant bee. I'm gonna make at least one more of those.
You have enough. You definitely have enough. So don't stress about it. Deep breath. I think we all, I mean, talk to anybody in this community, any of us crocheters that do markets, every single one of us feels like we don't have enough, and it does not matter how much we have. It is just something that we all feel. You know, if we've done 30 markets or if it's our first one, we're always feeling it's not enough. I could make more. And I know you're planning on making a couple more things. Definitely give it a go, but just know like if you don't get to it, you don't get to it, and it's okay. You got enough. And for me, what I like to do the night before my market, and what I will be doing this Friday, is I'm just gonna drop everything. I'm not gonna try to prep anything else. I'm just gonna relax and get a good night's sleep, because I used to like prep all night and trying to make those last second things only to put them out on my table, and those things didn't even sell, you know? And so we gotta balance, you know, okay, we only have so much time available. You also work full time. I think I mean, it sounds like you have plenty, especially for a first market, just see how it goes. And you're gonna get so much feedback on Saturday of like, oh my gosh, everybody loves the chickens. I don't know, they didn't like this as much, or maybe they would have liked that. Or I get a lot of requests at markets like, do purple or do pink, or they have these requests, you know? So I'm excited for you to kind of get that feedback and just even have a better idea just moving forward. So is there anything else like about the market that you're like, do you have like payment methods set up, or what are your plans?
Yes, I do have Square. I've set it up. I don't have SKUs for everything. They probably won't have a SKU.
That's okay.
That's the bottom of my list right now.
Yeah, totally.
I just want to get them in the system.
Yeah.
I have some variations because some of the turtles, for example, depending on which one, there is going to be some price differences. So I have that in there. But I do have that set up, and hopefully it doesn't crash on the day of the market, because that's a thing apparently.
I know. It's never crashed on me. It's never crashed on. So hopefully we're good. Apparently it's crashed like more so recently than it has ever. But you know, worst case, it crashes. You can say, hey, my card reader is being finicky right now. But you know, if you have cash, if you don't, you know, if you're hanging out for a while, you just take a lap and come back, and you know, it should be working. And there's ways to go around it. Even if you have Venmo set up as a backup, you know, or whatever. So yeah, I wouldn't stress about it, but I totally get where it's like, I don't know, or yeah. Are you going to be setting up outside?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you know what the weather's like?
I checked right before the meeting. It's supposed to be cloudy, overcast.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be sunnier, but I'll take it.
Yeah, that's better than rain.
I'm in Tennessee, so I was expecting hot and humid. So yeah. I'll take the cast.
Yeah, seriously. That's honestly probably going to feel better just sitting there. Is it, how long is the show?
8 a.m. to 12. And so 12 noon. Okay. And they are super lax, so I can come and go every Saturday as many times as I want. And there's one yearly fee. That is my booth fee.
What? That's so awesome. So hopefully this goes really well, because you can just keep going back.
Yes.
I love that. That's awesome. Okay. So it's kind of a shorter day and it's a Saturday. Is it like is it a farmer's market?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's so fun. Okay. So the thing about farmers markets, in my experience, I've done really well at them in the past. You get a lot of the same customers week after week after week. So sometimes what makers like to do at farmers markets is kind of switch up what they bring each week if they do weekly, or you can do a couple a month instead, just because you're going to get a lot of repeat customers. And so even if you kill it this week, you might be like, yeah, this is amazing, and go next week and sales are a little down. That's totally normal because a lot of the same customers are coming back, which is fine. But it's just, we just got to keep that in mind with the farmers markets and stuff. So yeah, but they can be great. And I love that the fee is low, and you can go whenever you want and just try it out. Yeah, I love that. Awesome. So I was going over your notes and you were talking about, so you're talking about craft shows. I saw patterns, affiliates, social media, and then are you on Etsy or you have your own website?
No, not Etsy. I don't plan on doing Etsy.
Okay.
If I do, it is a big maybe for patterns, and even then, I'm skeptical of Etsy.
I don't like Etsy.
From your story, your story, and just the fact that there's so many fake accounts, and I don't want to take that risk.
Definitely, yeah, and that's totally fair. And they take a lot of percentage. So if you can go and do your own website and send your own traffic to your own website, that's in my opinion the best way to go. That's how I do my business. But okay, so we're talking about multiple things. We've got patterns, affiliates, social media, website. Out of all these things, where would you feel like your main goal in your business, I'm sure right now, is to make more money? Is that kind of like, okay, I just want to make more. It's okay.
Get off the ground.
We're all there. We're like, yeah, let's sell more. So if I'm looking at kind of these things, we've got the craft shows. Patterns can be great as passive income, but if you're looking for like more faster patterns, that's a little bit more of a long game. Not that you shouldn't do patterns, but I probably wouldn't put a ton of pressure on yourself to do the patterns right now. If I were you, I would focus a lot of energy into those craft shows. And then affiliates can be great, but that's another thing that it really, you don't really make that much doing them. And so that's like another thing to keep in mind. I think the affiliates would be awesome to look into when you're doing patterns, because you can put those affiliate links in your patterns. Have you written any patterns?
Not yet. I have intentions of testing. Like, I know what I want to do. I know how to do it. I just need to get the time. And the first week in the middle of training for a collections position at a new job is a bad time.
Yeah, that's not a good.
It's a really
bad week to do it. No, that's completely fair. And I'm kind of thinking right now for you, maybe the patterns is something that like you end up doing, but it's not like urgent. It's not like it needs to happen right now. Just still keep that in mind. Plug away at it when you have time. I think as far as making money right now and just getting some of that traction going as far as sales go, with your physical products, the craft shows is gonna be your best friend. And then social media, you touched on social media and a website. Have you like thought about doing like where you would host your website through?
Not yet, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm techie, but not that techie. So the Instagram's the only main point that I have right now, and I am trying to get a little more consistent with posting. This week was just not the week. I'm like, I have not posted in over a week, and that's not at all. That was not intentional.
Yeah, and that's okay. You're busy. You've got a lot else going on.
Oh yeah. I just forgot what I was going to say. Dang it.
Oh, you're good.
As far as website hosting, I was looking at Shopify, but I heard some kind of iffy things. I don't know if Square has something to help with that, or I'm open to ideas because I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah. So I have the background in design. I've taken web design classes. I have some idea of it, but I will say all these different hosting places have their benefits that are super awesome in one category. And then they also, there's a downside to all of them. So it's kind of weighing out what's worth it for you and what your goals are. You would be using your website to sell physical products and patterns, is my guess.
Some physical, mainly patterns.
Mainly patterns. So you mainly want to sell patterns. Shopify, I haven't personally use Shopify, but I've heard amazing things about it.
Okay.
I also heard that it's great for physical products, like shipping products and sending things. So if you're not focusing on that, the price point I believe is a little bit higher. So it might not be worth it if you're doing digital products. I have heard amazing things about them. It seems like it's pretty easy to set up your site, kind of intuitive. I'm on WordPress, and by the way, do not recommend it.
Thanks. That was one of the first things I thought of.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it unless you like, even I have like this background in it and I have to troubleshoot things all the time. I have friends that are on Square, so the Square card reader, and they use Square as their website. It used to be free. I believe they're charging for it now. That can be super helpful if you're wanting to sell your physical items because it connects your inventory to what you're selling at markets and all that. But it sounds like you're more leaning towards doing the patterns. And in that case, I would probably look into Squarespace or Wix. And those both have their benefits and their downsides, but Wix is going to be a lot more, I believe Wix is cheaper. And you can do a lot, you can customize a lot more things on there. Squarespace is going to have like more structure for you, but it's still customizable. And both of those you can easily sell digital products on. So I would check out those, kind of weigh out the pros and cons, look at the prices. I don't know a ton about, because I'm not on either of them, but I have friends or other makers I know that are on them. Squarespace and Wix both have templates that you can choose from to get started with, and it's pretty intuitive just to like, drag and drop things, which is super nice because we've got other things to do. You work full time, we're crocheting, like we can't build out a whole website. So definitely check out those templates, and you can even start playing around and building it for free, before you buy it, just play around and see how you like both of them and kind of play around with it. But again, this isn't like super urgent, because I think like I look at your business and I see craft shows being kind of the main thing right now that you're focusing on. And then maybe you build out the website, sell patterns on there, and then get some affiliate links going. But right now I feel like you've got craft shows, and then maybe I like how you're saying you're consistently posting on social media. Do you feel like, yeah, I'm gonna go to your website or your Instagram page here. I'm gonna pull it up. I love it. You take really good photos. I love
thank you.
I love the one of the bunny. So cute. And your
fun fact with the wristlets, I have an earlier reel in there. So I had no idea that you did the exact same wristlets until after I posted that. So if you're not credited in that, I'm so sorry.
No, you're so fine. You're like, wait a second.
I was like, this looks familiar.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, they're super cute. I love it. Okay, so I'm looking at your Instagram. You don't have a ton of posts. Let's see. When was your first January? You started in January, so you're pretty new.
Yeah.
So.
That was my January, was basically get this established.
Okay.
I had no schedule, just to before somebody else takes the name side.
Yeah, definitely snag it.
Yeah.
And then I see you're posting some reels, which is awesome. Reels are, here's your Cricut Joy.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're on.
Reels are super great for engagement and growing. I love that you've been already posting them. Do you have like a strategy that you've been trying right now? Like how many times you're posting a week? Or I know this week was different because you had a lot going on, but in general, do you feel like you kind of have a strategy?
Leading up to markets, and now it didn't happen this week, was to like countdowns, prep with me kind of thing. Yeah, that didn't happen at all this week, and I feel terrible. From that, I'll be like, I know I need to post something, and I'm like, I don't know what to post, because I don't want to post something for the sake of posting it. I want to still be engagement and enjoy the process, and that's where I'm a little lost.
Definitely, yeah. So right now, do you have like a number in mind of like how many times you want to post a week, or are you more just like when I have the time or when I feel like inspired to post?
The honest answer, both. The answer I want it to be, is I'm thinking like one post per day.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's too much.
Yeah. No, I post once a day. It is a lot. But it depends if you're like wanting to do a reel every single day. That's going to be a lot more work. I see here you have some graphics though. You have some photos. So I think you could definitely post once a day, but at the same time, I know how important consistency is on social media. So if you feel like you can't keep up, like even this week, you're like, I can't keep up. What if we just said at minimum, we post 3 times a week? And like, that's like the minimum. I want to be at least doing that. But my goal is once a day. But as long as I get 3 out a week, I'm like happy with that. Something, and maybe you want to challenge yourself and do 5, but I feel like 3 is a good, just because you're so busy, you've got other things going on, and a week comes like this, and like you said, I got nothing out. Instead of, maybe if you had that goal of 3, you could have still got 3 out, and keep up with that. So yeah, I would definitely think about that. And then as far as posting goes, I think you're doing great with the reels. If you could do it like at least 1 reel a week and then the other 2 posts. And then if you have time and add in, the other days, and you're like, okay, I'm feeling inspired, or I want to post this. But even like you said, like sometimes I feel like I don't want to post just for the sake of posting. So I don't want to put that pressure on you, if that makes sense. Like, but consistency is more important than posting every day. So if we can commit to like 3 a week, do you feel like that's something that you could do?
I feel like 3 is a lot more manageable. This was the worst of my last job, and I got so burnt out. Was trying to be, I'm sure you're familiar, being the perfectionist, and then trying to give yourself every little task to make everything so perfect, and then you get burnt out on it. And biting off way more than I can chew, saying, I can do this. Oh, I'm going to add this. No, I'm not doing this market until I have this ready. I'm trying to get out of that mindset.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm right there with you. Where I feel like I don't know, something in us crocheters, I feel like a lot of us are perfectionists, and I don't know, that's not good enough, or I don't want to post that, like making goals. I'm like this, where I make like a whole goal, and if I miss one day, then it's like the whole plan is just went to crap, or I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore. And so I think if we can kind of make a goal that's sustainable and having that minimum 3 times a week, then you can actually keep with it. And then, if there's more, that's awesome. That's extra, that's bonus. But you can be happy like each week feeling like, I just made my 3 posts this week, and that was all I had time for, and I did it, and I feel good about it. Instead of like right now, you're like, I didn't post, I feel bad, like getting there. Which is, I'm like very all out, or all in, or all out person. So I totally relate to you on this, where it's like, I either want to post every day or not at all, or it doesn't happen at all. So I like this. I feel like 3 a week would be super awesome for you. At least one of them being a reel would be great for as far as growth goes. But I think you're doing great on your page. Looks great. Your photos look great. And then once you do some shows, you'll have some more content there as well, where you can take some behind the scenes pictures and videos and all things.
Since this market's pretty lax, my goal for now is 1 market per month. And I'd like to do more in May, but middle of June we have a lavender festival. And I live in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which is maybe population 25, 30,000 people. There's going to be at least 10,000, 15,000 people at this festival. It's going to be huge. The farmers market and lavender festival are going to be on the same day. 2 separate events, but they're going to be right next to each other. And I believe the farmers market is going to be longer hours that day. So I need to be prepared for that.
You need to prep for that. For sure. Did I see flowers? I saw some lavender flowers on are you making some of those for it?
Yes. So I have to remake all the ones that my dogs got a hold of. So fun. Yeah, all those in that pretty little picture. Yeah, those are gone. So I gotta remake all of them. I have a lot of pets.
They're like, we want these.
4 of them being dogs. So they had a nice snack. So thankfully they're not hard to make. It's just time consuming because I have to wrap each wire individually. I have to actually crochet the lavender. I have to wrap that around and then make it look pretty. And there's a lot of it, and it's smaller yarn, smaller hook, and I'm a little slower at it for that.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Are there any like patterns that you could use that are quicker, that you could just use lavender colors for some things? Maybe some lavender turtles?
I am going to be doing a lavender colored name and amigurumi because not with the festival. It's anything, especially this time of year and at the lavender festival, anything with the color lavender is going to sell. So I am going to be definitely having some variations of purple amigurumi.
Okay, that's so perfect. Yeah, that's because then you don't have to invest all this time. I think they're beautiful, but if they take that long, you know, and don't put too much pressure on yourself doing that, as I feel like you're gonna do better with the quicker stuff that's lavender color. Having the flowers is awesome if you have time to do it because they're beautiful. But I'm sure you've got to charge more for them too because it takes a lot of time and you know, we got to kind of balance that too. I was gonna ask you something. Now I don't remember. I'm just looking at your profile and I'm just like, oh my gosh, everything is so cute.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I tried to at least make the reels relatable because 2 of them were like, here's life working a full-time call center job and trying to crochet prep for stuff. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I love that. She keeps sharing what it is that you do at your show. Share that. Be like, yeah, I work at a call center full time, but I do this on top of working. And people love that. They love to know your story and who you are. And that's just what sets us as handmade business owners aside from Amazon or, you know, these big companies is that we have a story and we are real people and we are physically making these items, you know? So yeah, I'm really excited for you. You have a great personality for craft shows as well. Do you have any questions like about literally anything for your business? You can just let me know. Yeah.
Oh my God. I had some written down and then I lost it. I'm pretty sure my dog chewed that little notebook that I had it into.
Your dogs are just sabotaging your business over here.
They're going to appear in my posts and my reels, whether that's intended or not. I'm behind on posting, of course, but there is one where I'm trying to position my phone, uses my camera on a tripod, and my cat knocks it down. And I have the video of that just with my phone falling into the pan.
And that's funny. You should still post it. Like
I'm going to.
Okay, good. It's funny. I'm going to. Relatable. I mean, our pets. So I don't know if your dogs do this. Alice, well, she's a little thing, and she like will curl up on anything I'm making. I'm like, get off of it. Get off.
I keep forgetting you have a pet named Alice too. I have one also.
What, is it a dog or?
She's a Siamese. She is almost 16.
Oh my gosh, so cute. I love it. Awesome. Okay, so we were talking about you don't really have an ideal customer quite yet.
Not really. I haven't niched down yet, so to say. Because I have, like I said, I have a shockingly more older audience than I thought I was going to, which I'm fine with. I mean, I tell you whatever you want to give me money, I'll take it. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, seriously, sale's a sale, you know. So at your show, it's going to be a lot easier when you're selling in person. Start recognizing kind of around the age of people buying. Start recognizing is a lot of guys or girls buying. Is it young families getting it for their kids? Or is it young adults getting it for themselves? Start recognizing those things at your show. I love craft shows for this reason. We get like a lot of data just right away. And it's kind of hard to tell online sometimes because behind a screen, you're like, who are you, you know, or why are you buying this? And even if you can like ask your customers, oh, are you buying this for yourself? Is it a gift? Or sometimes I like asking if it's a gift, oh, who are you getting it for? You know, and start learning that stuff about your customers at your show. That's gonna be super beneficial for you, even moving into that, like that lavender festival and stuff and starting to kind of get that data now. You said, is that in May? That the
it's the lavender festival's in June.
In June, that's right. Okay. Oh, that's so fun. That's a fun time of year too. So yeah, if you can start collecting that data now, and as you're getting closer to that lavender festival, I'm having a feeling that lavender festival is gonna be like your best one in the next few months because of you're like the traffic, and you're also gonna have a couple markets under your belt where you're like, oh, I'm feeling good about this. I'm confident and have a better idea. So definitely start taking note of those things. And then what else? Oh yeah, any suggestions people have too, you're gonna get some bizarre things. They're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, I do not want to make that. But there's some things that if you start seeing patterns that we want a purple hat, you know, like 5 people wanted that. then just start kind of recognizing those things. Cause I think a lot of the times, at least me, I'm like, I want to make what I want to make. But then once you start seeing what your customer wants, your sales they're going to get more, you're going to sell more at your future shows. So, yeah, definitely do that. And as far as you're posting on your Instagram and doing craft shows, those can kind of work together. You can post that you're going to be at a craft show coming up in the area. And then when you're at your show, you can actually send people to your Instagram page. I know you have one in a couple of days, and I wouldn't stress about doing it for this one, but maybe like next month, if you're probably going to be doing this event in May, the farmer's market again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do some sort of, I love to do some sort of giveaway, or that's the most fun little thing that you get. Oh, I'm giving away, one of those keychains or something. And it can be something small, and just say, I'm picking one person who follows me on Instagram today to win this. And it's a really great way to drive some traffic to your Instagram page, is that you're trying to build that. You're trying to build the craft show so they can kind of work with each other and help you grow. So yeah.
I didn't think about using that for Instagram. I was wanting to do a giveaway at my very first ever market. Of course, lo and behold, that didn't happen, or isn't going to happen.
That's okay.
But the Instagram thing, I didn't think that, so I definitely like that. Yeah. I do have one of my smaller chalkboards. It's like, yay, hi. I do have decorated as a follow me Instagram logo at always not working.
Perfect.
Let's be friends kind of signs.
Yeah. Do you have any business cards? It's okay if you don't.
Nope, I don't.
That's okay.
So what I did is the coffee shop, you'll see me tagged, or I tag that coffee shop constantly on my posts. It's Claim These Coffee. It's where I sell out of. I know the owner. I get paid at the end or very beginning of each month for whatever I sold that prior month. And I have a separate personal account. My name's on it only, and that's where all that money goes into.
Perfect.
Yeah. To prepare for this show, that account is wiped clean, so I cannot afford it right now.
You're like, it's not happening. That is totally okay. Eventually the business cards can be super helpful for growing on Instagram as well. If you want, you could even do like print a little QR code or something for your Instagram. That can be helpful for people. I haven't tried doing that, but I've seen other makers do that. And don't feel pressure to do it before your first show. Like, it's in a couple of days. And so, but maybe next month that could be a goal of, maybe I want to, if you make enough money at this show, maybe you're like, hey, I'm going to order business cards because those would be really helpful. Or people were asking, I think you're going to notice that some people ask for them too. And if you can give them something, even if you're on your Cricut, if you have any time to just do some little ones or something that you could give. Yeah, that might be helpful.
I didn't think of doing some, I may just enlarge one of the price tags, which will have the logo on it, and just do that, just modify it. What I am going to have is my biggest chalkboard sign is going to be my banner replacement. And I'm just going to advise people, hey, just take a picture of this for now, just so you can get back to me.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And put your Instagram on that sign too, just like an at, whatever, because that's going to be your little replacement business card. So put anything that you would put on a business card on there. You don't have a website yet, so I would do the Instagram and then your business name. And you
I do have a contact email.
Yeah, definitely put that on there, just because it's kind of going to be your business card for right now. And people sometimes feel more comfortable with business stuff. I like to DM people on Instagram. I'm just like, hey, but some people feel like there's kind of a barrier there, and email can be easier, and it depends too on your customer. So I would definitely put the email on there too, just for now. And then when you get those business cards, you could kind of transfer that information on there. Because the business cards, they do come in handy, but they're not necessary, but they will. You'll probably have people be like, I need a business card. So I like that you're already thinking though, like, take a picture of this sign and we can connect. So that's awesome. Yes. Let's see here. Anything else that you're like thinking that you want help with?
My gosh, there's a lot. And of course, in the moment, I'm going to forget absolutely everything. And then as soon as this call ends, I'm going to think of it. So I'm so prepared. I'm also like extremely ADHD, so it's the same thing. I will legit medicated for it too. Like, I will know something in the moment and just completely forget.
Oh no, you're totally fine. I'm not diagnosed ADHD, but I've been kind of feeling like I am. These last few months, I've been learning more about it, and even just I hear other people that have it, and I'm like, oh, that's me. I'm like, I totally get that. So No, don't worry about it at all.
Oh yeah. And I wasn't diagnosed until I was an adult either.
Oh.
And after the official diagnosis, it was like, man, that explains a lot when I
You're
was in high school.
okay, I get it now. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so funny. Okay, so how are your coffee shop sales doing at your at the coffee shop?
Yeah, pretty good. I do want to increase it. My stock is running a little bit low right now just because I'm a little overwhelmed right now. Oh, that's actually another thing I meant to ask. Do you have like a schedule, not like just like content, but of what you're gonna do when you're gonna do it for crocheting? Like I'm just gonna crochet. You do a lot of baby stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like are you gonna be like, I'm just gonna crochet just baby stuff today, and then tomorrow I'm just gonna crochet chickens? You can have like a set schedule like that.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do that. It kind of depends on what my inventory is looking like. I see what's kind of lacking in it. Like right now, I need to do some more bees. And so I will set in my schedule. I try to put it in my schedule, or it honestly just doesn't happen. We're so busy. We're doing other things, So I do try to say, today I'm working on bees, or, tomorrow I'm finishing these bees. I work on things in batches. I don't know if you've done any of that, where you make a bunch of the bodies of something and then you go and you sit down and you finish everything all at once.
I've done that with chickens.
Okay, yeah, and it definitely helps you save time. So yeah, I totally do that. You can be very strict on yourself and say, today I'm making 5 chickens, or you can say, what I like to do is I'm going to sit down for 2 hours. I have a 2-hour block. I'm going to crochet for 2 hours and get as many chickens done as I possibly can. So it just kind of depends on, it sounds like you're super busy. So I would probably do like from this time to this time, I'm going to sit down and make stuff. I mean, try incorporating it throughout your day. If you have like a break at work and you have it with you, and you probably already do. Us crocheters, we crochet everywhere.
Oh yeah, I do.
I don't have to tell you that.
And I went from like 2 weeks ago, like I was just crocheting at my job at work. My boss knew I did it too, so it was no secret. She didn't care as long as my work's getting done. Yeah. Did a lot more of it when I was not in the ice side of any of them. But where was I going with this? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I got of course a lot more done because I knew the job. I could be daydreaming, crocheting, talking to a customer, giving what they need to know, and got so much done. I can't do that this week. I'm dealing with legal information. I have so many notes.
I be like counting my stitches, so I'll be like, hey. No, that's totally fair. Yeah. So do you feel like there is a certain amount of time each day that you could say, I could commit to crocheting an hour today? Or do you feel like it just depends on the day?
Might depend on the day. The issue is my last job, I did 4 10-hour shifts and I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, which was awesome. I no longer have that. So that sucks. I think so. My goal, I do want to have a little bit of a breather when I get home, because I do need to eat. And I'm trying to think of what's going to work best. Weekends, one Saturday a month, I plan to be at the farmer's market, so I need to have everything going. When I'm not there, I crochet at Calamities at that coffee shop in public. I can see that's helped build clientele.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Allows me, because I'm like an introverted extrovert, or vice versa, however you want to look at it.
Just some of them.
Yeah. And like, for example, like I didn't know how to really talk to kids because I just, I'm an adult. Like I don't have kids. Don't ever plan on having them. So I'm like, how do I talk to these people? How do I talk to them? I don't know what to tell you. So kind of being in public, having people watching you, coming up to you, kind of forced me to be in that position.
I love that. And that's used to and like prep for doing a craft show too, because it's going to be kind of the same thing. People are going to approach you and talk to you, So I love that you already kind of have that experience.
Yeah. And where I'm sitting too, I can see my inventory. So I can see people looking at it, picking them up. And now that you mention it, it is a large female audience.
Okay. Yeah. You're going to start recognizing it too. Like you can go and even have a little notebook out. Don't be creepy. Don't be like, oh, she was wearing, it's an exact person, but take notes of, like, wow, I just tallied that 5 people picked up, like, even if they pick something up, that's like a huge sign they're interested. They feel it, if they touch it. Oh my gosh, like 5 of my chickens just got picked up, but nobody looked at this frog, or whatever it is. It's just going to depend on the day and the people there. But all of that is super awesome that you're able to do that and just see people shopping. And it's a coffee shop, so it's probably fun to crochet there and drink coffee. I love it.
It's good coffee too. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
that's amazing. I need to look at a coffee shop to sell my stuff out of so I can do the same.
Definitely go for it. And I didn't even ask. Like, we just went in there to start talking to the owner. I knew someone kind of that started working there. Didn't know she was actually ended up there until I saw her there. And I was like, "Hey, can I see one of your coffee cups? I'm making coffee cozies." And then she's like, "Oh, you can start selling them here." I'm like, "Really?"
That's
I'm like, "Yeah."
amazing. Have you ever thought about
And
looking any other places like around the area?
thought of it. I'm going to revisit that later when I'm kind of caught up with everything else here.
It's a
Because
lot
it's
to keep up on all this restocking, especially if you're doing craft shows now. So you gotta like gauge where you want to put your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I started selling the chickens there in February because I had applied at a craft show and didn't get into it.
Mm.
So, and the farmers market took them 2 months to get back to me to approve. So at that time, I was like, well, I need to have this just sitting here. I may as well try to sell them. And it was alarming, those chickens. Oh my God. And my husband was like, I don't get it. And I'm like, it's a cute, cushy little chicken. Like, what's there to not get it?
I know the chickens for some reason. And I mean, we know the reason they're adorable, but
Yeah.
but yeah, okay. I think you're good to prep. You prepped a lot of chickens. I think those are going to sell for you well on Saturday. This time of year, the amigurumi tends to do really well. And are you doing you're doing keychains. Are you doing any like wearables or anything like that yet?
I know for sure we'll have a holiday market. I will be having beanies and headbands. I also do velvet headbands too.
Oh, fun.
Oh yeah, I don't know how that will sell at this time of year. Maybe since it's
No.
kind of cooler, but definitely in the summer it is miserably hot here.
Yeah. No, we get
Um,
really hot here too. And I was just telling another gal that the baby stuff will sell all year if you are wanting to sell baby stuff, but you don't have to. So if you want to do headbands and beanies, that stuff will sell all year, but the adult stuff, it's not really worth putting out, especially right now because it's about to get super hot. And nobody's thinking
yeah.
that.
And you're in Washington?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
It's hot there?
Go
Okay.
get watching. It does not get as hot probably as it does for you, but we had a couple days over 100 last summer, and
Really? I
yeah,
would not have guessed that.
isn't that funny? Yeah, we get all 4 seasons here, and they come intensely.
I mean, January it was extremely rare here, but we hit negative temperatures in January, which almost
Wow.
never happens here.
We hit negative in January too. There was just super cold. It was like
We got
rigid.
blasted
Yeah.
here.
I didn't even want to go outside. I was like, nope, I'm staying in. I'm crocheting. Like, not happening.
Everything shut down. It was so it was I was having fun.
Yeah. You're like, let's cozy up inside and
Yay.
I love it. So do you work from home?
I did.
Okay, but you're
Not
not
anymore.
anymore. Okay.
Yeah, I will have some days. I'm not for the first 3 months because that is going to be I'm going to be in training for several weeks because this is a lot of legal stuff I'm dealing with. So eventually I'll have like a certain amount of days I can allot to work from home. I'll be waiting at least 3 months for that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because the commute, I see it's when you have to drive somewhere. I want to crochet in the car. That's like I'm like, no.
Yeah. In switching jobs, I had to really consider it. The job I was at it was stressing me out to the point where I was just physically ill and had to get out. So I weighed that option to where, yeah, I know I'm giving up my 410s. I know I'm going to be commuting again, but like it is going to be a stressful job, but the way it's structured and handled I'm already feeling less stressed.
But
So
I'm glad. And that's just going to give you more energy to work on your business. Like if you're at a job that's just draining you so much, I'm sure it was hard to work on this other adventure of selling crochet at the same time. It's a lot. What do you have in your hand?
oh, little.
It's so cute.
I wanted so bad to have this little one, or not little. He's pretty big. He's like almost a foot tall.
Yeah.
I wanted to have this one priced out, but he's my only one right now. I don't have him ready. I may try to crank out. The girl I sat next to at my last job also crocheted. She sent me an axolotl free no-sew pattern. I may try to do a couple of those and see how they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that will sell for when you do get it priced. It's so cute.
Axolotls are gonna sell.
Oh
I
yeah.
may just keep this one.
Yeah.
I love
Honestly,
it.
I think you need to keep that one.
I'm gonna keep this one. Now, since you're encouraging it,
I think you need to keep that one. I love it. Awesome. Do you have any other questions? Anything else? I know it's like we're talking about a lot right now, and even if you have any other questions, you want to like send me a quick email. I'm totally good being like, hey, this is what I would do or whatever.
do you prefer email or Instagram? I swear, I promise I
Oh.
will not blow you up.
Oh no, either. Honestly, either. Sometimes my husband will answer my emails for me though, but usually if he doesn't know the answer, he directs them to me. But if you want to get in contact with me, for sure, I do all the Instagram stuff. So either one. Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
okay with me reaching out for questions, I will definitely do it. I swear, I promise I will not blow up your inbox.
Hey, it's me again. No, I love it.
I won the meeting with you too. And you pronounced my last name right. That never happened.
Love it. Yeah. It's a lot running your own business. And I mean, props to you. You're working full time. You're doing this. You got all your fur babies, your pets, you got a lot going on. So,
Yes.
I mean, that's awesome. And yeah, just keep doing it. Your Instagram looks great. Keep posting. I think if you made that goal 3 a week. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Just a little advice as far as prepping goes. I know you're not having as much time to do that with this new job. And also there's probably like getting used to the new job, it's stressful and you got to get in the flow of it. But even if you could make some sort of goal, like a daily goal for me, I can commit to 2 hours a day to crochet. I can't, some days I can do more, but I can at least commit to that. But whatever it is for you, maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's 3 hours, whatever you feel like, you know what, every day I could do this and have that be your minimum. And if you can do more, that's awesome. But having that be like, okay, I know, around 7 o'clock, I have a little bit of time after dinner and I have that 30-minute time blocked for every day. And it's something that you can rely on. You can use it to prep for your markets. You can use it to restock your coffee stuff. Have you ever done little coffee amigurumi?
No, that's actually one of the patterns I'm wanting to design is a amigurumi like latte or coffee cup.
That would be cute. And that would sell at your coffee shop place too.
Yeah, well, it'll be the calamity companion is what I'm going to call it.
It was so fun. I love it. Well, I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see your patterns and stuff. And definitely don't stress out about the patterns or social media or the website. Like I know there's a lot of places you want to go, which I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, I want to do all these things. But I think right now, if you focus in on the craft shows, focus on like you're doing amazing at your the coffee place. Keep putting energy in there, and then the other things will kind of align as they need to, and you'll kind of take the next steps as you need to. But I'm super excited for you.
Yes. Me too. It's a little stressful right now just because of the timing.
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
kicking myself kind of for delaying it, but I didn't have price tags printed off last week, and at 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, the only way I'm gonna be ready is be up at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm not doing that myself.
That's completely fair, and I feel like it's best we just take care of ourselves, and it's okay. Sometimes I overcommit all the time, and I have to be like, okay, I need to set up some boundaries. So I think it's totally okay, and they seem really chill at this place, which is if you have a fun time there, and it's worth it for you. I think this is gonna be a super awesome opportunity to keep going back and see how it goes. Is it through the whole year, or does it stop in like fall?
It will go. It's the short answer, yes. So
Okay.
we're doing like the spring and summer market, but there is going to be a fall market. Holiday market will be in December. Then they'll stop for a little bit. There is an outdoor market still for the farmers market in like January, February, but like 2 or 3 tents are there. It's not worth it.
Don't do that. Yeah, that sounds cold. That sounds, yeah.
There's an indoor market though, run by different farmers market association. A lot of the same vendors will go to that one. I think they are more strict on the schedule though. I think it does have to be every Saturday, and I don't know if I can commit to that yet.
Yeah,
At
definitely.
least now.
Yeah, you could kind of gauge it when it gets closer. I think that in fall, you're going to be really impressed with the sales compared. So even if you do this show in a couple days and you're like, is this all, you know, or is this wasn't as good as I thought, I think you'll probably do great. But even if you feel that way, just wait for fall, because fall as crocheters, like our time to shine, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Like cozy, I don't know, crochet vibes. I love it. So awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was so fun chatting with you. I'm going to send you an email after this, just with going over some stuff we talked about. And if I have anything that comes to mind, like I'll pop it in that email. And then again, if you have any questions that come up, just send me a DM. I would love to talk to you about it, and let me know how your show goes too. I'm super
I
excited.
will.
Yay. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks for making time to do this. Even I know you're super busy. Thanks so much for hanging out with us in today's video. I hope you enjoyed getting to know Amanda and her business. And I hope that this video was valuable for you wherever you are in your business as well. I love doing these coaching calls. They bring me so much joy. And thank you so much for being here and watching. And if you want to keep hanging out with me here on YouTube, I would love to see you, my friend, in this video right here. Bye.